नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं हूं जितेन और आप देख रहे हैं कोड विद जिटेन। वेलकम बैक टू आवर कंप्लीट एआई एंड मशीन लर्निंग कोर्स। पिछले लेक्चर में हमने पूरा कोर्स रोड मैप देखा था कि आने वाले 90 डेज में हम क्या क्या सीखने वाले हैं, कौन कौन से प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाएंगे और कैसे जीरो से एआई इंजीनियर बनने की जर्नी स्टार्ट करेंगे। अगर आपने लेक्चर 1 नहीं देखा है तो मैं स्ट्रांगली रिकमेंड करूंगा कि पहले उसे कंप्लीट जरूर देखिए, क्योंकि वही इस कोर्स की फाउंडेशन है। What do you learn in this lesson? 1. Introduction to Python. 2. Our first program. 3. Variables in Python. 4. Data types in Python. 5. Keywords and comments. 6. Style guide. 7. Arithmetic operators. 8. Relational operators. 9. Assignment operators. 10. Logical operators. 11. Operator. Precedence. 12. Type conversion and casting. 13. Taking user input. 14. Average of two numbers. So, let's start one by one. 1. Introduction to Python. Python was conceived in the late 1980s by Dutch programmer Guido van Rossum as a hobby project to succeed the ABC language. Python is a high-level programming language known for its simple and readable syntax. It has the following features: allows writing clean code with fewer lines, supports multiple programming paradigms including object-oriented, functional, and procedural programming, widely used in web development, automation, data analysis, artificial intelligence, and many other fields. Dynamically typed and has automatic garbage collection. Here is the complete step-by-step process for installing Visual Studio Code on Windows, along with visuals for each stage. Step 1. Download the installer. Go to the official Visual Studio Code download page. Click the prominent blue Windows button to download the user installer. Step 2. Accept the license agreement. Once the .exe file has finished downloading, double-click it to run the installer. The setup wizard will open. Read through the terms, select I accept the agreement, and click Next. Step 3. Select additional tasks. As you click through the setup prompts, such as choosing an install location, you will reach the Select Additional Tasks screen. It is highly recommended to check Add Open with Code Action to Windows Explorer File Context menu and the Directory Context menu option. This allows you to easily right-click folders or files and open them directly in VS Code. Click Next to proceed. Step 4. Finish installation. Click Install and wait for the files to extract. Once the installation is complete, you will see the final screen. Make sure Launch Visual Studio Code is checked and click Finish to open the editor. Open Visual Studio. Create one file named firstprogram.py. py is the extension for the Python file. Then type print hello world. To execute the Python program, come onto this terminal and type python firstprogram.py. It will print hello world. So, print is a built-in Python function that instructs the computer to display text on the screen. Hello world is a string enclosed within quotes, either single or double. Python uses indentation, spaces or tabs to define code blocks instead of braces. jar in C, C++, and Java. jar is used to write comments in Python. Comments are ignored during execution. In Python, the term character set can refer to two different concepts depending on the context: the core language fundamentals, the valid characters Python recognizes when compiling code, or regular expressions defining patterns to match text. Letters, A to Z digits, 0 to 9 special symbols, plus, minus, slash, %, etc. White spaces, blank space, tab, new line, etc. All ASCII and Unicode chars as part of data and literals. In Python, a variable is a named container used to store data values in a computer's memory. Python has no command for declaring a variable. It is created automatically the exact moment you first assign a value to it using the equals operator. Creating and assigning variables, see the right image. Rules for naming variables. You must follow specific naming restrictions to avoid syntax errors. Start properly. Names must begin with a letter or an underscore. Underscore. They cannot start with a number. Allowed characters. Use only alphanumeric characters and underscores. A to Z, 0 to 9, and underscore. No spaces or special symbols like or at. Case sensitivity. myvar, and myvar are treated as three completely separate variables. Reserved words. You cannot use Python's built-in keywords such as if, else, print, or for as variable names. Data types in Python. In Python, a data type defines the category of a value stored inside a variable. Since Python is dynamically typed, it detects the data type automatically upon assignment. Python has 7 main built-in data types. str, text values, e.g. hello. int, whole numbers, e.g. 42. float, decimal numbers, e.g. 3.14. bool, logical states, true or false. list, changeable ordered collections, e.g. 1, 2, 3. tuple, unchangeable ordered collections, e.g. 1, 2, 3. dict, key-value pairings, e.g. key, value. You can check any variable's type using the type variable function.
Keywords. Keywords are reserved words in Python that have fixed built-in meanings. You cannot use them as variable names. Examples: if, else, for, while, def, return, true, false, none. Checklist. Run import keyword semicolon, print, open parenthesis keyword dot kw list, close parenthesis in Python to see all of them. Comments. Comments are lines of text that Python completely ignores. Developers use them to explain code. Single line. Start with a hash symbol. Multiline. Use triple quotes. Open parenthesis triple quote or single quote, close parenthesis to span multiple lines. Style Guide for Python. The official style guide for Python is called PEP 8. It provides a set of rules and guidelines to ensure Python code is clean, consistent, and easy for humans to read. Core PEP 8 rules. Indentation. Use exactly 4 spaces per indentation level. Do not use tabs. Line length. Limit all lines to a maximum of 79 characters. Blank lines. Separate top-level functions and classes with 2 blank lines. Imports. Group imports at the top of the file. Put them on separate lines and order them from standard libraries to third-party packages. Variable naming. Use lowercase words separated by underscores. Snake underscore case. Arithmetic operators in Python. Arithmetic operators are used with numeric values to perform common mathematical calculations. Python includes 7 standard arithmetic operators. Python has 7 arithmetic operators: plus, addition, adds values, 5 plus 2 equals 7. Minus, subtraction, subtracts values, 5 minus 2 equals 3. Times, multiplication, multiplies values, 5 times 2 equals 10. Divided by, division, divides values, always yields a decimal. 5 divided by 2 equals 2.5. Slash slash, floor division, divides and rounds down to a whole number. 5 slash slash 2 equals 2. Percent, modulus, returns the division remainder. 5% 2 equals 1. Asterisk asterisk, exponentiation, raises to a power. 5 asterisk asterisk 2 equals 25. Relational operators in Python, also known as comparison operators, are symbols used to compare 2 values or operands. They evaluate the relationship between the values and always return a Boolean result, either true or false. These operators are essential for controlling program flow in if statements and loops. Equals equals. Returns true if both sides match exactly. Not equals. Return true if the values are different. Greater than. Returns true if the left side is larger. Less than. Returns true if the left side is smaller. greater than or equal to. Returns true if the left side is larger or equal. Less than or equal to. Returns true if the left side is smaller or equal. Assignment operators in Python. Following are some of the assignment operators in Python, such as basic assignment, addition assignment, subtraction assignment, multiplication assignment, division assignment, modulus assignment, exponentiation assignment, bitwise and /or /XOR assignment, and shift assignment. For more operators, refer the above image. Logical operators in Python evaluate multiple conditions and return true or false. The three logical operators are as follows. 1. AND. Returns true if both statements are true. For example, x greater than 3 and x less than 10. 2. OR. Returns true if at least one statement is true. For example, x greater than 3 or x less than 2. 3. NOT. Reverses the result, turning true to false and vice versa. For example, not x greater than 3. Operator precedence in Python determines the order in which operators are evaluated in an expression. Operators with higher precedence are executed before operators with lower precedence. When operators have the same precedence, Python evaluates them from left to right associativity, with the exception of exponentiation, ***, which evaluates from right to left. If an expression is complex or hard to read, always use parentheses. They have the highest precedence, override all other rules, and make your code readable for others. Kindly refer the operator precedence table shown in the image. Then look the basic example of operator precedence. Type conversion and casting in Python. Typecasting in Python is the process of converting a variable from one data type to another. This can happen automatically, implicit, or manually by the programmer, explicit. Taking user input in Python. To take user input in Python, use the built-in input function. This function stops program execution, waits for the user to type text, and always returns that text as a string, str. If you are combining input with typecasting, then, because input always reads data as text, you must explicitly use typecasting if you want to perform mathematical operations on numbers. You can wrap the input function directly inside the casting function to make your code shorter and cleaner. So, let's take a simple example to take user input of scores. It will ask user to input their score if the score is more than or equal to 50. Then it will show output as you passed. Otherwise, it will show you failed. In the next example, we can see that how to find the average of three numbers. Take the three inputs from the user and define the variable average. Sum all the numbers and divide it by 3, since there are three numbers. And print the average is and variable name average. It will ask the user to enter numbers. First number, 10, second number, 30, third number, 32. Then it will show the output as 24.0. Make sure not to miss the upcoming Lesson 2, Part 2. It will be a full hands-on practical session. Mark your attendance till then. Keep learn, keep build, keep innovate. We will meet you in the next lecture.